we as remediators have a tendency to assume that everybody who uses a screen reader is an expert, right? You know, they're super proficient, right? But in the respondents of this survey, 58% of the respondents consider themselves advanced screen reader users.
Right.
And then 36% considered themselves intermediate, and only 5% considered themselves beginner. Right.
Well,
and
what's interesting here is that we hear this all the time. In fact, we talked about this on a previous podcast. I had a client bake into the accessibility alt text of their document that says, JAWS users press the down arrow to navigate this document. And while a basic user who who has very little accessibility knowledge might say, yes, I'm using the down arrow, anyone who's intermediate or advanced would use a down arrow kind of at the last option. They're using a lot of the other shortcut keys like headings and T for tables and all the other things, right, Chad?
Yeah, I mean, they're probably using the down arrow key once they get to the section that they're interested in reading, right?
You know, maybe a list of bullets, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, once they get to, you know, you and I always say, like the easiest way to navigate a document using AT is by navigating the heading structure.
Right.
Because that tells you, okay, this is what this article is about. This is what this section's about. And once you're there, now you're like, oh, I want to know more. And that's when you may hit the down arrow key to read the paragraphs that follow that heading.